Hi guys, welcome to today's session. Thank you all for your responses on yesterday. And our yesterday's quiz question was: Government recently operationalized mega food park in which state of Northeast India? And the answer is the food park is Zoram Mega Food Park in the state of Mizoram. That is the right answer. Let's now start today's session. First question for the day: with reference to Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act MGNREGA, consider the following statement. Statement 1: the scheme was introduced as a social measure that guarantees the right to work. Statement 2: under it, job seeker has to complete 16 years of age at the time of application. And statement 3: the applicant must be part of local household. Which of the above statements is are correct? Option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, and option D 1, 2 and 3. Guys, the correct answer here is option C 1 and 3 only. MG Narega scheme is an all-time important scheme in UPSC perspective. Just a quick revision. Let's now see the eligibility criteria for receiving the benefits under MG Narega scheme. First one is the applicant must be a citizen of India to seek MG Narega benefits. And second one is the job seeker has to complete 18 years of age, not 16 years at the time of application. And the applicant must be part of local household. That is, application must be made with local Gram Panchayat. And the applicant must volunteer for unskilled labor. That are the eligibility criteria. Few other facts: individual beneficiary oriented works can be taken up on the cards of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, small or marginal farmers, or beneficiaries of land reforms, or beneficiaries under Indira Awas Yojana of Government of India. And within 15 days of submitting the application or from the day of work is demanded, wage employment will be provided to the applicant, and right to get unemployment allowance in case employment is not provided within 15 days of submitting the application or from the date when work is sought. He can get unemployment allowance. And the social audit of MG Narega works is mandatory, which lends to accountability and transparency. And the Gram Sabha is the principal forum for wage seekers to raise their voices and make demands. And it is a Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat which approves the shelf of works under MG Narega and fix their priority. And guys, our today's quiz question is related with MG Narega only. So the question is, MG Narega is managed by which ministry? It comes under which ministry? So please post your answers in the comment section. We will now move to second question. Second question is, which among the following is our possible benefits of contract farming for farmers? 1. It helps in skilling of farmers. 2. It helps farmers getting the opportunity for diversification of crops. 3. Price risk is drastically reduced. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, and option D 1, 2 and 3. Guys, the correct answer here is option D 1, 2 and 3. All the above statements are correct. Contract farming is a much heard term. It can be defined as agricultural production carried out according to an agreement between a buyer and farmers, which establishes conditions for production and marketing of a farm product or products. And typically, the farmers agrees to provide agreed quantities of a specific agricultural product, and this should meet the quality standards of the purchaser and be supplied at the time determined by the purchaser. And in turn, the buyer commits to purchase the product, and in some cases to support production through, for example, supply of farm inputs, land preparation, and the provision of technical advice is given by the purchaser. An example is like, Lay's. Lay's is owned by PepsiCo. It is produced by PepsiCo company only. It is a potato chips basically, and PepsiCo will come into an agreement or a contract with farmers of a particular region in India for growing potato. Alright, so it should meet PepsiCo's standards, and also PepsiCo will give technologies and seeds to farmers to grow sometimes. So that is the crux of contract farming, and it is beneficial for farmers by it helps in skilling of farmers as they learn to use various resources efficiently like fertilizer, pesticides, and get in touch with new technology in some cases. And farmers get the opportunity for diversification of crops. Price risk is drastically reduced as many contracts specify prices in advance, and also contract farming can open up new markets which would otherwise have been unavailable to small farmers, and the farmers can also get easy credit from the bank under contractual agreements. And in case of agri processing level, it ensures a consistent supply of agricultural produce with quality at the right time and lesser cost. And recently, this was in news, the Odisha government has promulgated an ordinance allowing investors and farmers to enter into an agreement for contract farming in the view of this COVID pandemic situations and all. And the Odisha ordinance is aimed at facilitating both farmers and sponsors to develop mutually beneficial and efficient contract farming system. And central government also released an ordinance recently, the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Ordinance 2020. So much development is taking place with regard to contract farming. You may please follow these all news. It's an important mains topic also. We'll now move to last question for the day. Last question is, which among the following is true with regard to Western Ghats? Statement 1, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Statement 2, it traverses through the states of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, and option D neither 1 nor 2. Please here both the statements are correct. So answer is option C both 1 and 2. Western Ghats is a hotspot. You should be aware of these facts. The government had constituted a high-level working group under the chairmanship of Dr. Kasturi Rangan to conserve and protect the biodiversity of Western Ghats while allowing for sustainable and inclusive development of the region. And the committee had recommended that it identified geographical areas falling within 6 states of Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu may be declared as ecologically sensitive area. And the committee recommended to bring just 37% of Western Ghats under ecologically sensitive area zones. Actually, there was a committee called Gadgil Committee before Kasturi Rangan Committee. In 2011, it was set up. And Gadgil Committee suggested 64% of Western Ghats to be under ecologically sensitive areas, more than half of Western Ghats. So there were massive protests that people cannot live there. So there were many issues, controversies, strikes and all. And then government constituted another committee to review this Gadgil Committee report, that is Kasturi Rangan Committee, and 64% suggested by Gadgil Committee, and Kasturi Rangan now identify 37% of Western Ghats under ecologically sensitive areas. So 64 is diluted to 37%. There is a great debate still going on. You see this region of India receiving highest rainfall, and the fragility of Western Ghats is creating more landslips nowadays. Very recently also there was a landslip in state of Kerala. More than 50 people lost their lives. So this debate is a perfect example of environment versus development debate. So please monitor this news, because this is a main topic also. So that is it. That's all for today, guys. Please post answer to the quiz question and your scores in the comment section. We'll meet tomorrow with another set of questions. Thank you for watching.